haven't seen you in a little while. What have you been up to lately? What's happening in your life?
Well, you know, there was a writer's strike.
Yes, I remember that.
And just kind of coincidentally...
And the whole business out in L.A. kind of shut down for a while.
I had nothing.
Right.
I had nothing. It was a real bummer. And I spent a lot of time with my family. Because I didn't, you know, I mean, I don't work that much, but I can always say, like, oh, I got a job.
We all need that.
I'll just go and sit in the car. I'll just go around the block and sit in the car for 8 hours.
I'll say that on Sunday sometimes.
Right.
Oh, I got to get out of here, everybody. I got to get to work.
And then I just... big pre-interview.
Yeah. Then I hang out at a McDonald's for 6 hours crying.
It coincided that I got jury duty. And but it was like during the strike, so I thought, rather than, put it off, I just thought I'd go. And I was telling friends of mine out there about it, and they were all like, oh, you don't worry, you'll never have to serve. I mean, you're on TV, and people know who you are. And
then they tend to disqualify celebrities. Like they say it's going to distract the jury,
I'm so not famous, I was the foreman on a murder trial. The foreman. Oh. I was, you start in a big room, like hundreds of people in the big pool, and then they pull you out in groups of 30 or 40.
Right.
And I was the second name, or I was like the fourth name in the first bunch.
Yeah.
And then I was juror number 2 from the beginning and through the entire end.
Now, did you, if you're the foreman, does that mean do you get to say, I find you guilty of murder?
No, I was really hoping for that, but it was the clerk. Like
that
the clerk.
sucks.
I know.
Yeah,
they get to read it.
If I were on the jury,
you just go, yes, Your Honor. Like, do you have a verdict? And you say yes. So.
I was on a jury, I would just stand no matter what happens and say, I find you guilty of murder! Lies! I can sit for this no longer.
Yeah.
Now, how are your children, your lovely children?
They're great. They're great. They're pretty hilarious. I got
your boy William is how old?
7, 7.5, 2.5.
Okay.
And my daughter Mercy, and they are pretty hilarious. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mercy. Now her big thing is nudity all the time, just because she can.
Right.
She knows how to take her own clothes off and does frequently.
Right.
Inappropriately.
Right.
Just like we have a pool, and there's a guy that comes to clean it once a week, and we'll just be looking out in the backyard, and there's Mercy standing by the fence talking to the pool guy, nude.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, maybe you should leave your diaper on while you're talking to the pool guy, honey.
If she's doing it in 15 years, you have a problem.
Yeah. And William he's actually, we're worried about him because he's developed a very serious Lego habit, about $40 a month of just...
Legos are, and I don't know if they, I don't want to offend any large corporation that might advertise, but they're bastards. No. Damn those Lego people. Legos are expensive.
They're expensive, but they're genius, too. Like, the thing he's into is these things called bionicles, which are like robots that you buy different robots, but they all have interchangeable pieces. So they're like, he and his friends they'll come over for play dates. They just go upstairs for like 5 hours and just are like remaking different, homicidal robots.
Right.
Over and over and over again. And he actually sometimes now, and like, I've got to get that new Baraki Batongi or whatever, and he's like a glazed over zombie until he gets it, and then he gets it, builds it, and the thrill is over. He's just like, it's like a crash. It's so like drugs, and when there's times
is
like
that better than Legos are bad? Those people are bastards.
But no, no, they're genius. But
yeah,
there are times when to discipline him, we will take the Legos away, and he's almost relieved. It's almost like we're like, honey, we're putting the bong away for a while, and like, oh, okay, God, at least I can relax and not have to worry about this obsession of mine. I don't know, maybe color, watch some TV.
Putting a bong away doesn't make someone relax. Relax, I hid your bong.
I guess
no reason to get uptight
maybe
anymore.
Revealing something.
Now, I've noticed you've done a bunch of films with Will Ferrell.
Yes.
You just did Semi-Pro, which was like your fourth one that
Something like that.
You guys, you like working with him?
Ride and clutch to his coattails till they pry my cold, dead fingers from them.
What a nice way to put it.
Well, yeah. No, he's well. You know, the Will Ferrell gives you parts in a movie. It's not like you're going to say no. You know, and it's not even necessarily him doing it. I don't think, but you know, it's a lot like working here. It's just like a fun bunch of people, and you end up having a really good time. Although Semi-Pro was a basketball movie, and I played the team manager, and in all the basketball scenes, I sit courtside. So there were 3 weeks of nothing but basketball, of just shooting basketball. The guys, all the game footage.
And your job was just to sit there.
Just to sit game side like that for
That's
3
very good.
weeks.
Yeah.
But the worst part was, you know, period dress, so it's all 70s, polyester pants on a vinyl chair. It's like an ass pimple farm. It was, and I had to do reshoots, and I put the pants on, and the next day, there they are again, my little itchy friends, you know. Showbiz is hard, people.
What lovely story.
Well, I got worse.
I don't want to hear about that.
I got worse.
Now, you're the voice now. I want to mention this other project.
Yes.
The voice in a new Nickelodeon cartoon called The Mighty Bee.
Yes.
And this is a project that you're doing with Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, yeah. She is one of the creators of the cartoon, and she plays Bessie Higginbottom, this sort of, you know, overactive, kind of nerdy little girl with a very wild imagination. And I'm her sort of picked-upon little brother, the tag-along little brother, which is ironic because she, on this show, used to be my little sister.
There was
a
years,
recurring bit,
she would come in and play your little sister, who would jump up in the audience and always had a crush on me.
Right.
And
right. You wrote those bits, if I remember correctly.
Any bit where someone had a crush on me, I wrote. Until no one bought it anymore and we stopped. But we actually have a clip here, just to take us down memory lane.
I love memory lane.
Yeah.
Tried to buy a house there. But...
Yeah, I know. You were asked to leave.
They don't like
pimples.
Swedes and ass pimples.
Let's take a look at this clip right now. Hey, you know, look, maybe we can get together next Thanksgiving.
That would be really nice.
And maybe she can make another crappy squash head doll.
All right, you know what? It's Judgment Day, bitch.
What? Come on! Stacey, don't do this.
Stacey, no! Stacey!
I love you!
Stacey, no!
Stacey!
I remember that. She hit you hard.
Yeah.
She broke 5 ribs.
One time when she did that leap, I got like a perfect chiropractic adjustment from falling out. I went back and I was like, I'm like, oh, that was a freebie.
That clip, those are starting to look so old to me now.
I know.
That was from 1966, that
clip. Yep, it's a kinescope.
It was great. Special guest Judy Garland that night.
Whoa, what a fabulous
We had
mess
Mr. Ed on the show. None of you people were born. I'm 111. The Mighty Bee premieres this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. on Nickelodeon. No one who's watching this show now can be up to watch that show.
Sure.
I've just wasted my time. Go wake someone up and tell them to get up at 10:30 and watch that show.
Before you go to bed, leave the TV on Nickelodeon. So when the people wake up, it'll be there.
Yeah, good idea. Not.
Oh, I mean, leave it on NBC all the time.
All right. And that thing about Legos, that was just crazy.
They're not like drugs.
And they're not bastards.
No.
Okay, then. Andy Richter. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Jennifer Esposito from Samantha Who. Stick around.